Hi, my name is Joe and I'm here with HiFi Corner, and today I have Kevin Walker of Technics with me, and we're going to go into their new source for the 700 series. But before we do that, a word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is Technics, and we've teamed up with them to offer our YouTube viewers an exclusive offer. Buy any Technics from our website, it will include a set of these AZ70s for free. Alternatively, you can go to our website and purchase these for £240, but use the word YouTube as our discount code and you'll get them for £99. I've been using these now for a few days. They sound great. They have active noise cancellation. They come with a variety of tips. These come highly recommended. Now back to our video. Kevin, talk to me about this bit of kit. What is this bit of kit that I am looking at?
This is the SL-G700 MkII.
All right, okay.
Obviously it's a Mark II because we did a Mark I, and we've made some improvements on the Mark I. Some of the notable improvements are it's Roon ready.
Right, okay, perfect for those people who love Roon out there.
Yep, personally, I have our own app, which is downloadable from any device.
Yeah.
And I find it stable, find it really good, anything else, but there are a load of people that are fans of Roon, so if they want to use that, they can use that.
They can use that, yeah.
The other thing, which is quite close to you, and you may want to feel it, is the knob. We reworked the knob. It's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah.
And the reason that we
got
did
a nice
that...
feel to it, nice tactile feel.
So the reason we did that is actually quite important.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a ridiculous thing, but to understand why we reworked the knob, you have to look at the back of the machine.
Right.
And the back of the machine has XLR. So what you'll notice from the name is it's part of our G range. So it's an SL-G700.
Right.
We do an SU-G700, which is our amp.
Yep. That bad boy up there. Yep.
That doesn't have XLR.
Right.
But this thing punches so far above its weight that what we at Technics have this thing is that if you've got an amp in this kind of range, your next step up amp, which is the R1000, has XLR. What you don't want to then do is have to change your source because you've changed your amp.
Right.
What you can do is just buy new cables and then you can put into your R1000 or any other product.
Right.
We're also talking about outputs. We have a strange setup within Technics because we do full digital amplification, rather than Class D. You can get the very best output by putting digital to digital because you're not doing this constant conversion to analog. However, we understand that because we and only one other manufacturer do full digital amplification, that to anyone else's amp, you would then output in the standard kind of way, whether you're using XLRs
or XLR.
Yeah, absolutely.
So because this has a really good DAC in it, a coherent digital analog converter, it is extremely good. I mean, I'm not that technical when it comes to these describing what a digital, I mean, of course we all know what a digital analog converter does, but the technicalities of it, I can't really get into that simply because my brain doesn't function, but my ears hear it and it sounds brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was going to say is, you know what? Sometimes you've got to forget about all of the jargon and all of the in-depth details and trust your ears.
Just listen.
Your ears won't lie to you. Your eyes will tell you something's pretty, but actually it's pretty, but sounds terrible. Whereas your ears will just give you an unbiased, that sounds good. Now, quite a lot of people look at this and go, oh, it's a lot of money for a CD player, but it's more than a CD player. So it's an SACD player and a CD player.
Right.
But it's also a streamer. So it will support things like Tidal, Cubase, Amazon Music. It does Chromecast. It supports AirPlay 2. It's got Bluetooth. So however you want to contact to it.
This can also be used as a DAC as well because you got digital inputs.
Absolutely.
So it can be used as a DAC. So if you have something else that you're running that needs to have that type of basically processing, you would you could use this as your DAC. As your
absolutely.
DAC.
I mean, it almost becomes the hub of a system. And on the fact that it becomes the hub of a system, as I was saying earlier, you know, we have an app. Part of that app is it's a Google Home product. Which then means that you can then group it. So I would argue that if you had, say for example, a C70 in your kitchen, which is our all-in-one box solution. In your dining room, you had an SAC600 with some SBC600 speakers in your dining room. That's our one box solution with separate speakers.
Yep.
And then in your study, you had a G700 with one of these.
Yeah.
All of these things you could group together or separate.
Yeah.
That would be in a perfect world. But the reason we use Google Home and not our own integration is no one lives in that world apart from me.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's because I work for Technics.
Yeah.
So what people have are several other manufacturers' products.
Yeah, of course.
And as long as they work with Google Home, you can then have multi-room.
Yeah.
So it's a brilliant thing. Yeah.
You do a multi-room.
You know, it also has internet radio. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things that you just go, actually, I've got my music on a NAS drive. I've got some CDs that are hanging around. I've got this and the other. I want to do streaming. I don't want to do streaming. And actually, it's everything that you would want. It is a really
it's
beautiful
a really
hub.
digital. It is a digital kind of audio playback format kind of hub, like you said. SACD, CD, streaming, network playing, internet radio. It can be used as a DAC. It can be used as a transport.
Yep.
So saying that, now I want to kind of introduce, or not introduce, but just quickly talk about the best ways of hooking this up to your integrated amplifiers and other brand integrated amplifiers, or preamplifiers, I should say, as well. So if I got 1,000. You know,
you got 1,000.
I do.
You're a man of incredibly good taste.
Good taste indeed. So I have one of those. I go to purchase one of these. What is the very best way to get the very best out of this and that together?
So optical.
Optical cable.
Because you're going digital to digital.
So I'm going digital to digital.
So rather than going, right, I'm going digital, then I'm going to convert to analog, then I'm going to go into my amp and cut out all of that, digital to digital.
And the DAC in the 1000 is exceptionally good.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to be losing anything by not using the DAC in this. Okay, perfect.
So fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, really simple. You'd also then use a control wire.
Right.
So that just goes out of here into there. So therefore, they turn themselves on and off together. They, you know, when you adjust the volume on the app, the knob moves and all of that kind of stuff. If you're connecting to anybody else's product, just in the standard way where you would either use balanced or unbalanced, depending on what you prefer.
Perfect. And so, now we have XLR on here.
From
the Mark 1, that's a change, as you mentioned.
The Mark 1 still had the XLR.
Oh, right, perfect.
It had the XLR. It's because it's that transitional product.
Right.
So literally, because it's a G, you may buy it with our G700 amp.
Right. Okay.
But when you step up, you then may want to use XLR. So therefore, you don't have to change your source. You can just upgrade your amp, and everything's good.
And the cable. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. And what's the best way to hook it up into the 700
Exactly
Mark
the same.
II?
Exactly
Optical.
the same. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Because it's using the digital amplification.
Yep.
Perfect. Now, I don't have a Technics amp. I would go either XLR, like you said earlier, or unbalanced. End of.
Exactly.
Okay,
perfect. It's a beautifully simple solution to actually how do you get every kind of digital source.
Yeah.
And I keep saying this about the build quality of these things.
It is.
Do you know what? It's unbelievably well built.
So I come across quite a few disc players in my profession, being a salesman. And one thing I always really like to come across is when the tray comes out, it's not plastic.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot out there at this kind of price point where the tray comes out and it's all beautifully finished out here. The tray comes out and it's this flimsy plastic. Can you tell me a little bit about the tray in this one?
So I
know it seems kind of obsolete, but it's all about, for me, it's about the interaction with my kit, because I like physical media. I'm not a big streamer, but I love physical media. So can you explain, so to me, it's important to have.
So that's part of that whole thing is when the tray comes out, so it's an aluminium tray. And
Brilliant.
It's just a nod to the quality.
Yeah.
You know, when you look down on the top of this is a solid piece of aluminium.
Yeah.
It's not folded or anything else. It's the same with the tray. It's the same with the knob. It's about how do we cut no corners.
Yeah.
Could we make it considerably cheaper? Yes, we could. But it's not about that. It's about how do we make the very best product.
I mean, when you pick it up, it feels like it's going to, it just feels like a good built quality, and like it's going to last you a long time.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I have people call me up, Joe, I've been using this Technics system for the last 30 years. You know, and that's kind of, I think you guys are building upon that reputation
Yeah.
when it comes to that. And for me, I really find that good when a company is looking to the future and longevity of their products.
And I think, you know, everything is thought out for the
Yeah.
for the end user.
Yeah.
So when you look at the screen, a lot of these components now that do this kind of streaming thing have a fully digital kind of, let's put all the artwork and all of this on there. All of those screens produce noise.
Yeah.
So we spend all of this time with conditioners and power leads and you know, separate chassis for power source and everything else, and then you put a massive screen on the front that creates a load of noise.
Yeah.
You just want the information, and if you're streaming,
it's all there.
It's all there in your hand.
iPad. Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
And
of course.
most audiophiles I know will turn a screen off.
Right.
So we just want an information.
And that's
screen,
it.
And that's it.
The least amount of noise that you can possibly have with the most amount of information.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Kind of the Technics way, man,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. Less is more. Less is more. We're into ears, not eyes.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Kevin, thank you so much for coming in today, going through your whole product range. You guys, we have this here on demonstration here at HiFi Corner, as we do with their entire lineup. So feel free to come in and contact us at any point, set up a demonstration. We look forward to seeing you here in the shop. Kevin, again, a very big thank you. This is Joe from HiFi Corner. Remember, enjoy your music and take care of yourselves out there.